Okay, so today I've just made my way down to a local wood, and what I want to show you is this. It's a wood burning stove. It's December now, so we're into the winter, and I'm still wanting to do some camping. What I was actually looking for is a small fire pit, so that I could have a fire when I'm out camping. And looking around and doing some research on YouTube, as you do, looking at videos. Most of the small sort of wood burning stoves were really small, just a little sort of 6 or 8 inch square, if that, and didn't look, might be great for as a stove, but not so much as a fire. So anyway, I found this on Amazon. It cost me £13, well, just less than £13, so not exactly expensive. It looks very versatile and looks good. I've never used one of these before, so this is a first try review. Can I make it work? Does it work? And what's it like? So we'll get into it and see how we go. Right then, you can see it comes in this small carry bag. Now, when I say this is bigger than some of the other stoves, it is, but it's still small. We're talking about a backpacking stove here, bike camping, whatever. There's the grill on the top. It folds together quite neatly. That's the ashtray and the grill at the bottom. The main body of it simply folds out to that. So that's your size. Now, there's 8 different fittings for this. You can use it either way up. The slots at the top accommodate the grill. They do, like that. So depending how much room you want or need, when this tray goes in, you can put it towards the top or towards the bottom, like that. So that's it, ready to go. Now, to me, that's super versatile. You could run that with, I've got a Trangia stove, and you could certainly run that as a heat shield and a Trangia meths burner on there and do it that way. So this would be then the main body, your heat shield, your windshield for the Trangia. You could use it with solid fuel. I've seen it advertised as a mini barbecue, so obviously you put your charcoal on there and grill and do it that way. What I'm going to do today is set it up the other way, so in the bottom there, so I've got the highest setting or the lowest setting. And see how well I can get a fire going, and go from there. I am going to try and cook my lunch on it. Now, we've had a lot of rain the last few days. It's a lovely day today, but a lot of the wood around here is going to be pretty damp. So having done my research, I'm going to try and find sort of broken dead wood that's not on the ground and such, so it's not so damp. I have brought fire lighters. I'm not trying to do a bushcraft thing or anything. So my next task is to have a wander around and find some sticks and wood that we can use on this, and then we'll see how we go. Right, so I've got a little collection of wood. No idea how much I'm going to need, so I'll go with that. I do remember from my Boy Scout days, start with the thin stuff and then build up to the thicker stuff. I'm not going to do any bushcraft fire sticks or anything like that. I'm going to try a couple of fire lighters. And see how we go. while that's going, I'll just show you what I'm having for dinner. If I can get in this bag. There we go, a lovely piece of trout, a nice full trout there. I'm just going to pop that in some foil and put that on the grill tray on the top. See how we go with that. And to go with that, I'm going to do that on a bed of Thai sweet chilli rice. So yeah, bit of cooking and see how we go with the fire. Right, so as you can see, that fire's starting to burn nice now. So I'll just get the fish ready. It's a lovely piece of fish. That's all I need to do with him. Just had a thought actually. I can see bits of timber likely to fall out of here as we go along. Not really a problem today because all this is very, very wet, as I say, but I could see potentially where it could be. But that would solve that problem. Now, if any of you out there that's watching this are experts or more proficient at this than me, and there's anything you can add that I could be doing better, please let me know in the comments. As I said, I'm not an expert, you're watching me on my first attempt. Now, if this doesn't go out, it looks like I might be able to cook myself a bit of dinner. I certainly hope so. I'm hungry. What I think I'm going to do is let this get going a little bit more till I get to these. When I get to these, I'm going to put the fish on. Right, so that's that on. When I say that's a cracking little fire, that's throwing out plenty of heat. And a fire, I think, is a comfort thing. I think if I was spending the night here, to sit around this for an hour in the evening, even just tending the fire, feeding the fire, it gives you something to do on the winter nights, the long nights. You've sort of got 13, 14 hours of darkness. And apart from maybe watching a video on the iPad in the tent or whatever, and doing a little bit of star photography, hopefully, there's not a lot to do. Just the fact of feeding this fire is nice. But yeah, you can sit and look at those flames, and it's hypnotic. That's great stuff for me. I wanted it in a fire pit box. I didn't want to be sort of damaging the environment that I'm in at all. So obviously this keeps it totally separate, which I like a lot. It's been running, I don't know, probably about 20 minutes now, and I can see timber wise need more perhaps than I expected to keep this going for any length of time. But that's lovely. That's too hot to be sitting where I'm sitting now. For a little fire like that, that's throwing out a surprising amount of heat. That's lovely. I'm going to have to move. Right, so as you can see, I've got the big ones on there. They don't fit in completely, but that doesn't seem to matter. I'm going to let those get burning, and then when there's not too much flame, get the fish on. The fish will take the longest to cook, and then the rice is pretty quick. It's already cooked in the pot. It's the microwave style rice, so just 2 or 3 minutes, and that'll be done for me. So yeah, I'll come back to you when that gets burning, hopefully. Right, well, I can wait no longer. The fish is going on. To cook this rice on here, it's just a matter of a couple of tablespoons of water warmed up on there, and drop the rice in and do it sort of stir fry. I shall then drop the fish on top of that, and yeah, trout on a bed of Thai sweet chilli rice. Okay, so that's been going for a little while now. Shouldn't be too far off. So what I'm going to try and do is see if I've got room to do both. Which is something I know you wouldn't be able to do on the sort of smaller ones that can be, you know, quite expensive as well. This has worked well, by the way. This the foil, just for catching the bits that fall out. Oop. Nearly. What I've done with these longer bits is, as they've burned, I've just fed them in, and that's worked all right as well. smoke that's coming off now, it's because I've fed the end of that in. As I said, this timber is all damp out here in the woods, so hopefully the hot embers down there will keep that going. There is still a fair bit of heat coming off that, so should be enough to cook this rice shortly. The little skillet there is off the Trangia set. That water's starting to boil now. Flick it out one more time. That's one. I think I ought to have a quick look at this fish before I decide it's done. Oh yes, that's definitely cooked. Just another minute for the rice and we're away. Right, so that's it, ready to go. That looks and smells delicious. And it tastes pretty good too. The fish, I've done this many times on a barbie. Obviously the first time I've done it like this. That's spot on. That needs to come off that heat now. Yeah, we're down to the embers on that. As you can see, and it's still throwing out, excuse me, the smoke. Some good heat. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Something I'll definitely do again. Works well as a little campfire, which is what I wanted it for. Certainly leave no trace. That was a good idea. Caught some of the bits and bobs of embers and such that did fall out. Certainly if you were using it in summer, in dry conditions or whatever. So yeah, it will definitely work as a fire. That's the first time I've used it. Considering that the timber was damp and such, I think done all right with that. If anybody out there has any advice, tips on that, please share them. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. But providing that stands up to the use for the money, it's got to be bang on. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, have a look at my other videos and consider subscribing. Thanks till next time.